Okay, there we go. Good morning. My name is Akira, and I'm a fantasy author, and I apparently have forgotten how to use StreamYard. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining me this early on New Year's Day. I know a lot of individuals are sleeping. I, too, was sleeping until a little while ago. So we're here, and we're going to be getting things done. The intention of this is to be doing some kind of productivity thing, whether it be writing, cleaning your house, organizing your thoughts, drinking coffee, whatever it is that you need to do to have the best form of your day, we're going to do that together. So I want to say hello to the folks that came into the chat while I was trying to get my life together. The first one is Amy. Amy is actually first. She's going to be emptying her email inbox, which I also need to do. I don't know if you've seen it, Amy. There's like a new way to like automate your inbox where if you have it set a certain way, it will have all your emails automatically go to clients, and it will have I saw it and I haven't sat down to do it, but I think that's something that I need to do because I really hate going and looking at my email and seeing that it's got I think last time I looked it was like 52 emails. And it's just for Google. I know there's ways to do that in like Outlook and stuff like that. I was just curious if you had seen that. RC is here. RC skipped his workout. I'm not sure how I feel about you skipping your workout, sir, but if you felt like you needed to do it, then you must have had to do it. First time participating in painting a sprint while having my first cup of coffee in 2 weeks. Let's do this thing. Oh, that's right. You gave up caffeine, you crazy, crazy mofo. I can't talk. I gave up alcohol, I think at the end of November. So, but I did that more for seasonal reasons. Let's see. Kat is here. Hello, Kat. It's so good to see you. I'm getting ready for work, so I won't be here long. Well, I appreciate you popping in either way. So it was very nice to see you and very nice to see friendly faces at the start of the year. And I know I am tired. I know I am. I know. But while we go ahead and wait for a few more folks to join, if you have anything that you are working on, it requires that you have to open a file. Go ahead and do that. Make sure that you're comfortable. Make sure that you have your water. And we will move forward with that. Let's see. I have seen it. That's why I'm cleaning up my inboxes to set that up. Oh, see, like great minds. Great minds. We're on the same track. Perfect. I just need to do it. I was starting to do it, and then I was like, this is more work than I want to spend at this particular moment in time on this task. So I think I have it somewhere in a sticky note of something that I'm going to work on later. So speaking of sticky notes, I got like these cool like cork things that have like adhesive on the side, right? And you can put them on the wall. And the problem that I'm running into is that they do a fantastic job of what they're intended to do. My dilemma happens to be the fact that this wall is the outside wall. And because it gets hot and cold very frequently, that temperature change along with the condensation that sometimes happens on the wall causes the adhesive to not be adhesive anymore, and they fall down. So right now my workaround is putting thumbtacks under them to keep them from falling, but that is not a stable solution. So I'm trying to think of something else. But I think because M.M. Ward said that I should do a video about storyboarding, and I do want to do a video about storyboarding. I think that's a great idea. I was just trying to think about how I would do that. Somebody wants to get in this room really bad. Hold on, real quick. Come here. Yeah, where'd you go? Nope, okay. For those of you that don't know, I have 2 German Shepherds, and one of them is a Klingon. She's always clinging to me. Yeah, that's you. That's you, fuzzy butt. So anyway, yeah, so, and I think what I want to do is I'm going to do it the damn plot method. And what I'll do is I'll have like in the center, as you guys can kind of see, I'll have like the current works that I'm trying to figure out and hash out there in the center, and then I'll do all the plot points around it. So we'll see what happens when I finally get it. Let's see. Seventh New Year's in a row without a hangover, mixed feelings. Hey, I could think of better ways to start the year without being kind of like hungover and everything else. Is that what you're going to say, miss? Okay, she's decided to huddle in the corner for some strange reason. I don't know if it's loves. I don't know what to call it. Oh, hey, Debbie. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. How's your comic doing? All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes. I was told there's coffee on the way. Okay, checking. So I don't know about you guys who also do productivity streams, but I keep getting hit with copyright after copyright on lots of things that I try to do. And sometimes, and it's always with like, the copyright free stuff like timers and stuff like that. Last time they hit me for 1 second of free to use music, which really kind of baffled me because I wasn't really sure about what in that 1 second of free to use music was copyrighted, and I had to go and file a counterclaim and stuff like that. But literally everything that I do, and it's kind of getting to the point where I might just get done with trying to do any kind of like background music to cover up the sounds I have here. But the dilemma that I have is that the walls in this house are actually really thin. So when Mr. Brown's in his meetings, because we both work from home right now and I'm trying to record a video, you can actually hear him. So I'm trying to find a work around that, other than maybe just recording my videos on the weekend, which I honestly don't want to do because when the weekend shows up, I want to sleep and I want to not do a lot of things. But we'll see what happens. Let's see. Oh, drinking. That's nice. I'm drinking the Dunkin' Donuts today. That's what I'm drinking. Because we're classy here. Close to finishing the current chapter. Oh, that is good to hear. I'm so happy that you keep sticking with that. That is such an inspiration. Let's see. All right, so I'm waiting at the time I said that we were going to wait. So we're going to go ahead and pull this timer up, and I will see if my video gets copyright claimed again, because that seems to be the joy of my life. Let me see. I'm going to pull that timer up. And then I'm going to pull this up too, because let's see what happens. All right, folks, so what we are going to do is we're going to spend 20 minutes doing whatever it is that we plan to do, whether it be writing, collecting our thoughts, going through emails, staring at the wall, whatever it is that you need to be doing right now, we are going to make sure that we're doing that. So I am going to go ahead and start this timer, and I will talk to y'all in 20 minutes. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so that is time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. The downside of this timer is it doesn't actually have a sound, so that's exciting. We will just do that so that way I can not be the complete center of this picture. Let's see. So, yeah, it is very annoying. And I think it's an ongoing conversation that they're having on YouTube right now because they literally have like some automated process to come through videos and start recording and start copyrighting them. It's very strange. I know I don't know. I think I have to start looking at other platforms too, like Odyssey and whatnot, and see if I want to start streaming there, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. So RC says it's interesting to come back to an abandoned story from a long time ago and you think to yourself, oh wow, that was a long time ago when I was a blank writer. I don't. So I guess my only thought on that assumption is that at the time when you wrote it, you were the best writer that you could be, and now you've developed. So I think all you're really doing is taking what you've learned now and seeing how you can evolve a story. Artists actually do that all the time. They'll take a picture that they did a year ago, and they'll redraw it so that way they can kind of see their growth. So I would be a little kinder to yourself. The bringer of my coffee has joined my chat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Mama Ward is here. Hello. I hope you are doing very well. I really enjoyed sitting in on your video the other day, so thanks for having me there. And by having me there, I mean I was in the chat. So, let's see. RC, let it be known that writing about cannibalism is a bad idea if you haven't had breakfast. Well, you already wrote the story. You should have known what you're getting into when you went to reread your stuff. Let's see. So Debbie says coloring a page in the comic. Very nice. I am very bad at coloring. Let's see. RC finished rereading that chapter. Very good. Debbie finished the jacket layer. Nice, nice. Just Ava has joined us. Hello. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us on this New Year's Day. Appreciate it. Jennifer Brown, no relation to Kara Brown, is here and is looking at cover image concepts and trying to figure out how to best combine elements of both images into one awesome cover. That is the challenge. And because that is so mentally consuming for me, I delegate that to somebody else because I'm lazy that way. Let's see. Mama Ward says chores are done and document open. That's a great step. Let's see. Debbie says some people will state it's copyright free, and then when you use it, they'll copyright strike it. Yeah, I've seen that too. It's really freaking annoying. I may have to just figure something out. I don't know what that something out is. I'll figure it out. It's just one of those things. Thank you for answering all the questions. Yeah, so for you guys that don't know, MM Ward is doing her hashtag Hold My Latte 2022. And she did her January video, and I went and sat down in the premiere, and in the video she asked 6 different questions about what it is that you're working on, like motivations and stuff like that. So if you're looking for like some kind of like guiding questions to help you kind of shape what you want to do in January, I would definitely go check that video out. I would say those questions, but it would take away the fact that you need to go to the video, and I don't actually remember all 6 questions off the top of my head. So that's me. It's not finished, yo. Finish it, yo. Ghost is here. Hello, Ghost, and just woke up. Thank you for waking up and coming and joining us today. It's very nice of you. See, your hair looks so good that dark. It normally in that dark room, I just observe it. No, Jennifer, I actually dyed it because so I have like a gray streak that keeps trying to show up right here and over here in the back of my head. And at first I was like, sure, I'll embrace the streaks. That's fine. And then I realized I wasn't ready for that. So I think it was like a week or so ago, I just went and dyed my hair black. But as you guys can tell from the light, it's already coming out, even though I've only washed it twice. So this is what I get for doing the box dye approach. But it does a very successful job of hiding said gray hairs. So there you go. Mr. Brown actual, wow, words, what are they? Also really likes it when I have very dark hair. And so since I get to hide my gray hair and make him happy, that is winning for both of us right now. Let's see. Mama Ward says it is snowing and sticking for the first time this winter, and I get a white birthday. Is it your birthday today? I thought your birthday was in a couple of days. I don't remember. Let's see. I accidentally got my friend copyright struck by reading part of the novel on stream. Oh no, my lord. I'm sorry. Let's see. There are 4 other work in progress chats videos on non-creative support. Oh yeah, we should all check those out. That's cool. No, don't love the streak. I'm not ready for it. Maybe when I turn 40 in years. So, let's see. Because supporting our creativity and self-care is important. It definitely is. I agree. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. Let's see. It's 37 in Chicago, and that's 30 higher than normal. That's a strange work of fiction you're talking about when we're saying temperatures, because I usually don't stay anywhere under 60, but I also don't like the cold. Okay, so I think that we have chatted enough, my friends, and we should actually have another sprint. So before I do that, in vampireness, thanks, babe. Let's see. I had a question too. But not all of us are writing. You know, it's good. Okay, so question 2, if you guys want to share this answer, is how do you feel about your writing today? Which is kind of a silly thing to ask because it's the first day of the year and we may or may not be writing, but that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Let's see. So this is set on 20. I'm going to make it bigger than me. And we're going to write again for another 20 minutes, doing whatever it is that we need to get done. And we will reconvene after that. Let's see. 15 a day. Yeah, I would absolutely hibernate. In fact, I wouldn't even go outside. Are you absolutely? No. What are you doing? Okay. All scaring me with this stuff. All right, we're going to start this timer, and we're going to start it in 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys in 20. Okay, so that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I managed to actually finish one of my daily writing tasks and start on the other. Actually, I think I finished that one, but I'm not super sure because I wasn't word tracking today. So let's take a look here. So I asked folks how they felt about their writing today, and naturally it's the first day of the year, and Jennifer Brown was like, ask me in a couple months. I will definitely ask you again in a couple months how you feel about your writing today. So we'll go back in time and be like, how did you feel about your writing on January 1st? Dogapus is here. Hello, thank you for coming. I don't think I've actually seen you on my channel before, so welcome if this is the first time, or forgive me for having a completely terrible memory because I'm pretty notorious for that too sometimes. Let's see. Maybe not traditional writing, but I'm happy with what I've been able to do with storytelling this past year, hoping to do more of it, including others as well in 2022. I hope that you can do that as well. We're all here to be creative in our own way. Let's see. Each chapter is 9 pages so far. You said that, and the first thing I thought about, I can't remember the name of the book. It's going to eat at me. All right, I'm going to have to look it up later because this isn't the time. But there was a book where literally every page was a chapter. It was just one page. So it was just like, I think it was only like 250 words, like each page, right? But that was like one way that they did it. And I remember being very curious about it, but I don't remember getting it. So I'm going to have to look it up later. Oh, hey. Just wanted to stop by and say hi and Happy New Year. As far as writing, really just notes for the show and so nothing fun. So Locked and Loaded Latinos is actually a podcast that I like to creep on every now and then. And they talk about current events related to politics and things like that. So if you guys are curious and want to go check them out, I would definitely recommend it. They are very good people there. Thank you guys for stopping by. That means a lot to me. See, Debbie says, almost finished the page. You got this. Athena has woken up. Good morning, Athena. Hope you and your family are doing well today. Mama Ward says that she got 226 words. Well done. You're already knocking it out. See, RC and I obviously have great taste. I don't know you, but that is an awesome name. Oh, it's my editor. So if anybody needs an editor, Fifi's a great editor, so you should all go check out Fifi. I had a moment where I saw your name and I was like, that's such a Fifi thing, but I didn't want to make that drastic assumption. So if you guys do need an editor, copy editor, developmental editor, I would recommend Fifi. Very good. You are super welcome, Locked and Loaded Latinos. Let's see. RC Scott says James Patterson does 2-page chapters. I don't like that. Okay, well, some folks do things their own way. So let's see. What else am I missing? Since we're talking about my editor, I feel the need to come in here and find this link and put it right here. So if you guys are in need of an editor, you're editing right now at this very moment. That's my editor's website if you guys want to go check them out and see about getting their services. All right, so let me find the other question. So what are you reading this weekend? That is a great question because I'm actually juggling 2 books right now. So there's 2 books that I'm super interested in. One of them is actually The Psychology of Money. And I got it because obviously with my background, I'm very interested in basically the psychology and how it breaks out into like different fields, everything from like social economics of IPs right down to obviously this topic. I haven't started this book yet, but the premise of it was definitely intriguing enough that I wanted to pick it up and read it. And with my crazy insane goal of reading 1 book a week, that was definitely on there. And I think the thing I liked about it was that it was kind of short enough that I knew that I could get it done within a week. So there's that. So let me see. That reminds me I need to hire you. Yeah, you sure do. Go hire the Fifi. Let's see. Athena says, I am not writing today, working on shaving my undercut and then going to work. Oh, that's right. You either got that working woman lifestyle now. Whew. Let's see. Dogapus says, 1-page chapters, but the text gets smaller to accommodate the changing word counts. What does that mean? Like they make it smaller? Like, okay, no, I'll ask you later. See, RC says, I'm going to rip and tear my way through volume 1 of Akira today. That is definitely, that was one of, I think that was such a revolutionary story for when it came out, and it still is definitely an occult classic because it really talks on like some themes and approaches, and its storytelling is very unique in the way that they go about it. And I think the tragedy of it is every time they try to make it either like a live action or another animated film, they butcher it completely because there's so many layers and nuances that are within it that sometimes you have to really like look for it. But yeah, so I hope you like Akira. It's good stuff. Let's see. M. Ward says, still hoping to win the lottery so I can afford editing, but it isn't going well because I'll never buy a ticket. M. Ward, you should really go talk to Fifi. I really would recommend talking to Fifi. Fifi's very accommodating. Let's see. I have comics on the brain. Let's see. Nice along those lines, looking to start economics in one lesson. Oh, I'm going to write that down. That's a really good one. Let's see. And then Henry. I finished another book in November. It was called Alcohol Explained, and I thought it was really interesting because it talks about, because I think we're all pretty culturally aware of like alcohol and the effect that it has on the brain and the social repercussions of not drinking or anything like that. But like the guy like really dives into it in a way that I really feel like nobody really does, especially like for folks that need to go to AA, if that makes any sense, because they don't really like talk about like, because obviously we all kind of understand how alcohol affects like our personalities and our brains and how it numbs us to like certain things. But they don't really talk about like the after effects of like the chemical withdrawal that alcohol causes, both here and here. But Alcohol Explained actually does that really well. Anyway, so if that's another book anybody wants to read, that's definitely I found to be really enlightening. It's not a super long read either. I think I finished it in like 3 days. So if that's something that anybody wants to dive into, I would do that. See, Jeannie says, I'm reading this really cool new book I got by author Kara Brown. I appreciate that, Jeannie. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the book. All right, so that is enough chit chat for me. So let's go ahead and we'll do another 20 minutes of getting stuff done. So let me put up, okay, so we're going to leave this question up because I still want to know what books everybody's reading. So we'll start this timer and we will work diligently for 20 minutes and then reconvene and see how we're feeling. And then I think we'll have time for one more depending on how chitty chat we become. So we will get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, friends, that's time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. So I have a goal for like this one story to write 1,000 words a day on it, and what I found myself doing is I've actually been editing out some redundancy that's been in here, so it looks like my word count is actually less, even though I know I've removed the stuff that I rewrote by accident, and I know I've written at least 1,000 words. I know I have, but now I'm not super sure, so I may have to see if I can hit that number in the next stream. So let's change this. Let's see. Let's see. Locked and Loaded has taken off. Always a pleasure to see you. I hope 2022 brings you good fortune. I hope it does too, because tell you what, man, this self-publishing life is a little brutal sometimes. Let's see. I'm scrolling up. Oh, it's Claude. Hello, Claude. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Reading Dan Will's Chapter Murder number 7 in the Arcane Casebook series. It's in 1930 with magic and detective stuff. Very good. Oh, we love that. Yep. So let's see. Also juggling notes from Underground. Books of Blood collection by Clive Barker. Nice. And then Mom Award is going to reread The Richest Man in Babylon in Blood on the page this month, along with my Greek myth and rereading to keep myself in the mindset. Oh, hey, that's not a bad idea. That's right, you have to keep working on that story. Then we got Exit Eden. Dega was here. Hello, Dega. Thank you for dropping by and hitting the like button. Really appreciate it. It's very nice of you to do. Let's see. NRC shared a fact of the day. Somebody is getting used to the new keyboard. It's good for you, I promise. Let's see. There's a question here. So I guess since this is a writing stream, the question should be asked, does anyone else have trouble reading another author without dissecting it? I'm talking editing errors and all. Sometimes. I guess that's kind of why I tend to like gravitate towards audiobooks, and this is for everybody. Mostly because I start looking at things like paragraph structure and pacing and things like of that, because I get so used to beta reading for folks that it's really hard for me to not do that. But even though I sometimes will read a physical book and I see those things, I try to be a little bit more forgiving because I kind of understand how it goes behind the scenes a little bit. Like even in the big like for publishing right now, they still have like books that come out with errors. That's why they have new editions that come out. They're not coming out with new editions because, you know, they have to reprint the book. They're coming out with new editions because they had to go in and make enough changes that it warranted Colony Edition 2. John Green is actually a really good example of that because he'll have a book that will come out and then they'll have to go back and redo it because, you know, obviously like in their editing pass, there's a couple of typos and errors that remained in there. I think Fault in Our Stars was one of those. And just for you guys who don't maybe might not be familiar with the editing pass that happens in the bigger publishing world, basically what happens is they want those manuscripts when they get to the publisher to be as polished as possible, like super polished. Like it's not going to be kind of like, they're not going to go through like the 4 stages of editing because they're there to make money. It's like go, right? And so sometimes what they'll do is they'll give the work to an editor and say, I need a quick pass, I need a detailed pass or whatever. And a lot of times it's a quick pass because they're really looking for anything that's glaringly wrong because, again, like I said, they want that manuscript to be very polished by you before it goes to them. So that's kind of how that goes. And sometimes that editor has like a whole bunch of other manuscripts that they have to get done. They're on a deadline too, so they'll make mistakes. It's the human error factor, right? So that happens on occasion. And I try to be forgiving knowing that. So that's just a thought. And then, of course, like in self-publishing, it really depends on the author. True disclosure, there have been a couple times that somebody came out with a book and I very nicely sent them an email. And I was kind of like, I think you need to take that down because it's got like spelling errors on like every page. One time I got a book and I looked at it and not only had they left like their Word document comments in there, but they also had like left the font color changes in there too. And I was just kind of like, yikes. So anyway, not to bash too hard on that person. So And older books are kind of different too, because so the way that writing works is it kind of like it's like a fashion trend where what's kind of working right now, I promise won't be like a thing in 5 years. So writing is a constant like evolution process, just like language is always changing and evolving. So what you are seeing when you get books that are published at certain like time intervals is you're seeing like the current timestamp on it. So, all right. Anyways, that's enough of me talking mostly to myself about that. Let's see. Mama Ward got 278 words. Well done. So all I can say about this chapter of my story is that it will be controversial. Surprises me not. Mama Ward says 1K per day and daily editing are part of my hashtag hold my latte 2022 goals. Yeah, I have Notion, and Notion's got all the stuff I need to get done during the day. So I knocked out one thing. If I finish this, I'll knock out another. And I'm behind on one thing because I was supposed to work on Sparks Flying on Tuesday, and so that way I could troll Tamara about it, but she didn't stream, so I didn't work on it. Instead, I went and played Final Fantasy 14 because I'm an adult. So yeah, I need to get caught up on that. I at least need to write like 100 words on that at the very least. So, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Just David. Grammar, punctuation don't always slow me so much as the pacing and plot gaps when I'm reading indie books. Yeah, that's a good point. Typo spellings, comma splices do nothing to slow down my enjoyment of a story. And to think you read the first draft of the story I wrote, like to think my dialogue is less stilted. I gave you a very thorough thought analysis on that very first draft that you sent me. I remember having to talk to you about things on it, so there you go. Let's see. Wondering if it was intentional with publisher the revision. Well, that book, if you're talking about the one with the word stuff and the font colors, that was indie published. And I was very discreet with that person because I was like, in my honest opinion, I think they grabbed the wrong file, right? Because that happens, right? We get like we're so go that we will try and get things together and then we'll upload the wrong one. So that's my thought. So just make sure y'all are careful with that. Mama Ward says I had to do editing pass of Red Velvet and insisted on the Pug House putting out a second edition because I found 211 errors, and it was all the things because English was my editor's third language. Oh my. I have that book. I do. I think it's on my bedside table still. I have it. Oh, hey, Barrett's here. Hello, Barrett. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us on New Year's Day. I hope you are doing very well. You and I will one day have our faces together on a screen. I'm pretty confident. Final Fantasy VI is still the GOAT. Yep, it sure is. Everybody's saying hello to Barrett. Yay. I just finished Lisa Daly's book and then jumped into Blood of the Lilies by Shannon. I also have read Lisa Daly's book, and I don't know if Tamara's actually come out with the announcement for it, but I think we're actually doing Lisa's book in Writer's Workshop. So if that is a book that you guys want to read and check out and join in on that discussion, I would encourage you to. In fact, let me go to Amazon and see if I can find it for y'all real quick. Lisa Daly. I actually finished it. I think I finished it yesterday. And she had another book that she recommended that I thought was really good as well, which was Patreon for Authors. It's a really short book. It's totally worth like the 99 cents and all that jazz. So there you guys go. Scroll. It's all lemon heads. I have to read that. So that is the book if anybody is interested. Excited for anthology. I need to send you. Oh, you need to? I mean, I'm not going to say no, but if you want to, I'll take it. And more lemon heads. Okay, so true story. This guy right here, he sent me a giant thing of lemon heads, and I have not even begun to make a dent on that supply. So it's intense. And of course, like with me trying to watch my weight right now, I'm just kind of like, I feel like I have self-sabotaged myself. How much time do we have left? Okay, we have time for one more. Let's see. Yeah, what did you guys do for New Year's Eve food? I had wings. That's what I had. I had a wings. Oh, and I had key lime pie. Not food that I made. Somebody invited me over to their house and I had it there, and it was quite delicious. And then I went home and played more video games. I will eat them. They will be eaten, but I'm not going to sit here and eat them all because I don't know if you know, but that's how you get diabetes, and I'm not interested in diabetes. So, all right. So here's what we're going to do, my friends. This is the last one of this stream, and then we will wrap it up. And oh, there's a Denny's that is open. So yes, now I have incentive because I really want a diner burger right now, because I was reading this scene about people in a diner, and all I could think about was getting a diner bacon burger, and I'm very hungry right now. Let's see. Oh, let me stretch real quick. Okay, so this one's for all the marbles, as Tamara would say. And let me double check everything. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to make that bigger than me. All right, so we are going to do the last one, then we'll chit chat for a little bit after that, and then that will be my first stream of the year done. And just for everybody's reference who's here right now, I will continue to do these on Saturday, every Saturday moving forward. I used to do these on Wednesday, but because my work schedule is kind of all over the place, the weekday is really not plausible for me. So I'm moving these to Saturday morning because I feel like if something in my work life happens to change, at least I know I will always have Saturdays off. So we're going to keep it that way. Oh, excuse me. So on that note, though, we're going to go ahead and start this sprint in 3, 2, 1, and I will see you guys in 20. Okay, friends, that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I finished basically revising this one short story about as well as I'm going to be able to get it today. I think one of the things that was kind of slowing me down is I had to reread some of the stuff that I had written before and then put in, take out all that other stuff. So, one of those fun processes. But definitely made some progress today for sure. I'm feeling pretty good about these stories, and I'm looking forward to having them out in the world, hopefully by the end of the year. So the two that I was actually working on are two of my Faye Black anthology stories. One's Tangle Tango, the other one's called Lock and Key. And I would really like to get those done by the end of the month for sure. In fact, that's part of my Hold My Latte 2022 goals. So we'll see how that goes. But today I got to do my exercise. I got to edit Karo's Tarot because I did not edit the 6 cards this morning. So that's going to get done. And then there's 2 drawings I need to do for Karo's Tarot. And then if I have time today, I'm going to go work on Sparks Flying. So, but we'll see. That one's definitely on the lower priority for that. Actually, let me go see if that cover's done. What did you guys do, by the way? Let's see. I just gotta know. Yo. Because I think the cover for it is almost done, but I had to send it to a Photoshop expert because when I initially had the cover designed, I asked the person if they could make, obviously, the male figure in there look metallic, and they're like, no, can't do that. So I was like, okay, I'll have to find somebody else who can do it. Let's see. Here's a discussion about rib rubs. Cool. Let's see, my gas grill, so I have to finally buy a charcoal smoker. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. This story is kind of a contemplation trilogy. Disturbingly violent. I had to do a shout out to the previous 2 without linking them. So the one thing that I will tell you, RC, is that for self-publishing, the TOS is purposely vaguely worded, so that way if somebody reports your story, Amazon's within their right to take it down. So move forward knowing that they do that on purpose. Let's see. Sticky buns. Yep. Stopped at a big moment. You can keep writing. Just ignore me. Put me on mute. Let's see. I started playing Guild Wars 2. I tried not to work on the comic after I finished a page for that day. I remember Guild Wars 2 came out, and I played that pretty heavily until I played it pretty hard for a year, and then I can't remember why I walked off from it. Jeannie's here. Hey, Jeannie. So good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I know I'm pretty early for you because you're on the other side of the world now. Let's see. Mama Wara said, stopped writing when my female antagonist meets her Fae lover again for the first time since his blessing was reversed. Oh no, but that sounds exciting. To eat sticky buns. And only got 98 words. But those are 98 glorious words, and you and I both know that. So sorry, I keep going back to my to-do list of things that I need to do. And I feel a little self-conscious because I did just write a dialogue about somebody who has like a really extensive to-do list, and like how her friend was kind of like doing like that interventions, like, do you really need to do it to this level? And I'm like, I feel like I'm calling myself out a little bit. So I have to make sure that I make it seem less about me, because I don't need anybody with an author insert comment there. Let's see, Jeannie says, the city was shouting off fireworks until 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Yeah, I couldn't sleep very well either. I mean, the dogs weren't too bad. At one point, we all just went into the bedroom while it was just exploding outside, and I played a video game, and they just kind of like huddled around me. So that was how I brought in the new year, playing video games and snugging my dogs. So that was not too bad. All right, so that's actually going to be pretty much us for the day. Let's see, things to mention. Tomorrow's the Boozy Planorama on Lisa Daly's stream, since we actually mentioned Lisa Daly and her new book that came out. If you guys are not aware, Lisa Daly came out with a book, and it is called How to Become a Famous Romance Author, PR Secrets to Get Tons of Book Reviews and Free Romance Novel Publicity. I will throw it in there again one more time if anybody is looking at that. It is a very good read, and Tamara on Writer's Workshop will also be doing a discussion on that. So if you would like to wait until then, at the end of the month, I think she does those on the last Saturday of the month. So if you want to wait until then to see if you want to buy your own copy, you can go ahead and do that. And then, yep, hashtag tomorrow stickers and liquor for the Boozy Planorama, which is funny because I'm not drinking right now, so I will bring the stickers and she can bring the liquor. And then for anybody that is in need of an editor, I'm going to pitch my editor one more time, Fifi. So that is their link right there. Great editor, very friendly, very accommodating, and would definitely be very open to work right now of any variety. So feel free to hook them up with a little bit of editing services. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I had a video that came out yesterday for anybody that likes tarot stuff. So that's out there for some giggles if you're interested. I will be doing a Monday one. I will be doing a January one on Monday. Oh, hey, my order did come in. Is it done? Okay, no, I'm not going to look at this right now. Sorry. And then I'm going to hopefully have a video that comes out on Friday. We'll see. I'm still trying to figure out my YouTube publishing schedule right now. Let's see. And if you guys want to support me, obviously there are links down to my books below if you're interested in that, or there's a Patreon if you want to do that. There's a Ko-Fi, there's a donation thing. There's all kinds of stuff because I am kind of moving more into independent publishing. So obviously there's a little bit of front up cash for that. But all right, that is enough trying to be me promoting others and myself at the same time. So I am going to go ahead and let's see. Interesting. I love those cards. So the cards that I did in the reading for yesterday, that's the Heaven and Earth Tarot. I really like that deck. It's very beautiful. So if that's something that you are interested in, there's a link in the video there as well. So you can procure your own copy if you want. All right. But that's going to be me for the day. I will stream again next Saturday at the early AM if you guys are interested in joining me. But I'm going to go ahead and sign out. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. And I'll talk to you all again real soon. So bye. Oh, hit the right